This is my 2002 Miata that I bought last year with 221,000 miles on it. And in that time, I've learned how to do a lot of maintenance on this car and even started doing a lot of modifications. But in that whole time, there's one issue that I've been ignoring, and that's a check engine light that I haven't been able to fix. And so after a few months of ignoring that, I just realized my registration expires in a few days. So now I need to learn how to diagnose and fix this issue by myself as soon as possible so that I can keep driving this car legally on the street. But not before I possibly break it first. Oh my god, please stop. What the hell? I just made this so much more worse. Okay, so let's talk about this engine code. I've been getting this map sensor engine code for the past few months that doesn't seem to be affecting the performance of the car at all. And it seems to be coming back kind of erratically every maybe 50 to 100 miles. And doesn't seem to be really correlated with any type of driving style either. It's come during idling at red lights and even just while driving. So there's no obvious first signs of what to look for.
So apparently there's a couple things the code could be about. One of them is a vacuum leak, which I'm pretty confident I don't have. I've checked all the fittings and I've actually disconnected and reconnected most of them when I did the valve cover. It could be, I think this is the boost solenoid. I don't fully understand what that is, so I gotta go ahead and learn that in a second. Or I think something to do with the map sensor.
Don't really know what I'm doing. Normally I would do more research before beginning a video, but the urgency of the situation just hit me a couple minutes ago, so I gotta get running with this quick. So I got started doing some research. Remember, I don't really have any experience with cars, so I'm mainly looking through Miata forums to understand the system that code comes from and what steps to take to diagnose it. Okay, two things to start with. Check the map sensor and the map solenoid. The map solenoid seems like the easiest one to check because you can just power it with 12 volts and see if it actually clicks or not. So I'm gonna start with that. Ow. Okay, listening for the click. Okay, that works. I don't know how well you can hear it, but man, how nice would it have been if that was it. But nope. Let's read about the map sensor. Okay, so I was going to replace the map sensor, but then I found a couple of articles online that mention that sometimes it can apparently also be caused by a leaking PCV valve. And the OEM one is like $25, but the Duralast one is $2.50. And a used map sensor is like $60 from Treasure Coast Miata. So I'm just gonna quickly grab that PCV valve just in case that fixes it before I drop too much money into this. Got the valve. I honestly kind of just feel like I'm going down the wrong path, but for $250, I might as well just make sure that's not the problem. So I've already tested the solenoid works, and the next thing to actually check is the map sensor. But the reason I'm getting a little distracted here with the PCV valve, I remembered that when I changed my valve cover gasket, I didn't get this code back for a while, and that process involves disconnecting and reconnecting this PCV valve. So now I'm starting to suspect if maybe there's a leak with this valve. I hope that works, because if that does, that makes my life easier. But if that is the fix, then this episode is probably gonna be really short. Spoiler alert, we're not even 4 minutes into this video, so you can probably guess that I have a lot more to try and figure out. We're on. No check engine light to start. So I guess that's a good excuse for me to take a nice Saturday morning drive. So with the new valve in and the codes cleared, I need to put some miles on the car so that it'd be ready for inspection. And I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that it went 60 miles without throwing code. So there's a chance this might have actually fixed it. And I guess there's only one way to find out. Alright, it's car inspection day. Okay, looking good so far. And so I sat there for a while anxiously awaiting the result. So, car didn't pass inspection because the systems weren't ready because I cleared the check engine light recently, but even though I drove like 30-ish miles, it still needed more time. So I'm gonna come back another day, right? And I just got home and I got my check engine light. So much for being optimistic. Yep, same light as before. So where do I go from here? I guess the next step would be to try and replace the map sensor. Maybe that went bad. Alright, it's been a week since I last recorded, and I finally got the new map sensor in the mail. So I'm going to try replacing the old one and seeing if that fixes it. So, pulling out the map sensor seems pretty easy. There's basically 2 screws.
And I stripped a screw.
Oh wait, I guess not so easy anymore. Well, it's supposed to be easy, but there's 2 screws, 1 vacuum line, and 1 electrical connector.
I already stripped that screw on the right. Perfect. I don't even understand how I'm supposed to reach the little bolt under it. Great.
And so this little task was proven to be more difficult than I expected.
I think I actually got it attached. That's crazy. Like a wrench, like, kind of a little snaked under there. Maybe that's my option. Just unbolt this whole like metal bracket. Or maybe I should just watch a video on this first. I'm gonna do that.
So I was having a little bit too much difficulty trying to get to the bottom bolts that hold down that map sensor. And after some research on how that's all set up, I decided to just unbolt the whole bracket that's holding all of that in to be able to reach that bolt easier.
Okay, so I took off 2 bolts, one that goes here, and then one just like that that goes down there. You can see that like shiny ring there. This kind of lets me move it around more to try and get under there and see what I can do.
And it was a little painful to move everything out of the way to get to the 2 nuts that were holding down that map sensor on the bottom.
Okay, I got to the 8mm from this.
And finally, after all that struggle,
Hey!
I finally got the map sensor off.
Got it. Jeez, that was such a pain.
And here's the old one on the left and the new one on the right that I got from Rock Auto. But I didn't get the OEM Hitachi one because that was like $100, so I kind of cheaped out and got this $20 one instead. But that shouldn't cause any issues, right? And it was a pretty easy process getting the new one in. It was just the 2 bolts, the vacuum line, the electrical connector, and then the 2 bolts holding the whole frame down that need to be reconnected.
Okay, clipped.
And so with the new map sensor in, it was time to start up the car and see if it actually fixed it. And I was feeling pretty optimistic that this was it.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is clear the previous code. So there we are. Same code I've been seeing all year. Erase, yeah. Done. Okay.
So it's finally time to start it.
That was weird.
But it kind of revved funny.
Oh, that was different. That was definitely different.
That first rev was a little funny, but I was starting to feel pretty optimistic that I solved it.
Looking good so far.
So time to take a test drive. 'Cause it's fixed, right?
Oh shit. It almost stalled going in reverse, and then it went up to like 2K on its own. That was really weird.
But the car was acting kind of strange.
Oh my goodness, something's wrong. What the hell?
It wasn't revving and it seemed to be almost like
Put it in reverse.
stalling when I rev it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay, that did not work. Okay, this car is like broken now. What the hell? Ugh. I just made this so much more worse. I don't even know if I can drive forward. I'm just kind of putting it in. Because I put in first. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, please stop. What the hell? Okay, this is really bad.
And now I'm halfway in my garage. Not only did it not fix it, but now it made the car
this car now.
completely undrivable.
Push it.
If I go in... Oh my god, completely stalled. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, rev there. Okay, jeez. And now it's stalled out. What the hell have I done? In case you weren't able to catch what was going on, here's a better shot with my accelerator foot to show you how the revs were just not responding correctly. Hold it. Holding it halfway, it's not even revving, it's trying to stall. If I hold it, and it's like stalling itself out. What the hell? At this point, I'm completely dumbfounded. Like, I have no clue where to go from here. Of all things that I expect to happen, this was nowhere near on that list. So 0 codes. So nothing immediately wrong, but obviously something is immediately wrong. So I'm like, I don't even understand how it could have gone that bad. So that was literally pretty much worst case scenario. I really had no clue what to do, so I just double checked that I hadn't accidentally disconnected anything around that map sensor, but there was nothing obvious. So after that failure, I was pretty worried about the health of my car. I didn't really fully understand why the new map sensor could have caused that issue, although I wonder if it's because it wasn't the OEM one. But I just did a lot of research to see if there's anything else that could have caused it. But I didn't find much else that could really be an issue apart from maybe that solenoid that I could maybe try replacing. So at least in the meantime, I put the old map sensor in so at least my car was drivable again. Okay, so I'm pretty stumped about this car. So I put the old one in. I'm gonna give it a start now just to make sure it's back where it used to be, at least in a running state. But if this doesn't work, if the car doesn't run anymore, then I broke it. I must have broken something while messing with it. Now the thing is, last time, revving it in neutral. Oh, we're back, we're back. Okay, I can rev it again. Okay. Woo! So now I'm just stumped. I'm glad the car runs now at least, because that would have been a nightmare if I broke it. But yeah, now I'm completely stumped. I don't even know what to do, what to even try anymore. So after all that work, I'm back at square one. The car's in the exact same state it was when I started, and now my registration is almost completely run out. So I'm not having a good time. Okay, I've had kind of an interesting turn of events. After I changed out that map sensor back to the original map sensor, I drove about 80 or 90 miles and I didn't get my check engine light. And I'm pretty sure 80 or 90 miles since I last cleared the codes is enough to get the whole system ready to be read again at an inspection. So I don't know if disconnecting and reconnecting that vacuum line to the map sensor or just reconnecting all the sensors properly, all the connectors to all the sensors and solenoids properly might have fixed something. But I think today is literally the last day of September that technically my car is legal. So it would be kind of funny if it just worked out today. So I'm gonna take my car back and see if it'll pass inspection now. Which is not how I expected this to possibly be solved. But yeah. Yeah, look, 86.5 miles, no check engine light. Huh. Let's give it a shot. And guess what? The car actually passed. I was originally thinking maybe just because I disconnected the lines and the connectors for all the sensors, maybe there was like a loose connection or maybe a vacuum leak with that little wire with the tube going to the map sensor, which would have been annoying because then I wouldn't really have ever known what truly solved it. and I was feeling pretty good about it, and I got home and looked at the sheet.
I passed because the only system that wasn't ready was the EGR system.
Which is the system with the map sensor and would cover possible vacuum leaks and that whole world. But you know what? I'm just gonna take this as a win. It passed, it's legal. I don't have to stress too much about it. So I'll get my car registered and I'll deal with the check engine light in the future. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.